I want to be a librarian.
Is that what you want?
I think that
there's
would
a
be
library,
an
like,
easy
right over here.
job. You just get to go in and you just sit there and you just.
How do you become a librarian? At like,
I don't know. I don't think it's that hard.
I
of
bet there's like a
process.
head librarian. I bet
You
it's
just get to
tough.
sit around all day in a
And then
chair
organize shit.
and you can. I've always wanted to read more. That'd be so easy if I was a librarian to read. That's all you'd want to do.
I bet some librarians don't read. You don't trust a doctor that's drunk, a lawyer that's sober, or a librarian who doesn't read. You want to see me cry? There's drum going down, dude.
Yeah.
There's drum going down right here, right now, and I didn't even realize it. Although I did stoke.
I'm not that fucking.
I stoked the flames at the open mic with old Matt Delgado.
Oh,
so
did you? What'd you do? Basically.
I need to submit. I need to submit for Skankfest. So there's one good open mic in town this week at a club here at Stand Up Live. And I told the guy that's hosting it, I want the spot for my submission tape. But Fred's uncle
I've been asking all week, like the manager of Stand Up Live, where I work, like, hey, my aunt and uncle are going to be in town. Can I please get the spot? And then finally Sunday, I got him to be like, yes, I will text Rob, like, you can have the spot. And I was like, yes.
Oh, Brandon?
Yeah, Brandon was like, yeah,
So you
I'll
got
do
the
it for
manager
you.
to text. Maybe we can both get on.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping.
That'd be a good outing for the house.
Yeah, that would be great for the house. But then I show up to Pig, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm excited.
You know what's an
to do
even
it.
better little like cherry on top is if I can get that one joke to work by Wednesday, and I have the balls to try. Actually, I'm going
Which
for
one?
a submission tape, so I guess I can't do
Yeah,
that.
you should. Dad, I would be mad
I'll just run A.
if I didn't get on because you were doing your submission tape. You just ran all new shit.
If I was killing though, if I killed like if
in
I
5
smashed,
minutes though, you're only
I can
getting
feel
5.
it. I can feel it in 5. All right,
You could get
and I'll
there.
run the light a little bit too.
I'm already pretty much in.
I've done it before on those big shows, on those big showcases. If you're fucking murdering
Yeah, Rob
for as
doesn't
good as you
really care.
can in front of that amount of people,
Yeah.
they'll let you run a little bit.
Yeah, but basically, my aunt and uncle are in town, so I was like, I want to get the fucking spot. I got told I could get the spot, and then I go to Bonnie Pig, and fucking, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do the Mike, and he's like, oh, Mike's gonna do it, and I was like, what?
Mm-hmm.
What are you talking about?
Got to
And
get
he
it
was
on.
like, well, maybe there's more spots, and I was like, there fucking better be. I just told my aunt and uncle that I
household
fucking have them
drama.
come.
The only other household drama we got is Max shooting sketches, some weird sketches up in his room.
I know, it didn't even consent us about it.
I know.
Wow. And
Sarah
he's the
Steiner
guy
saw my
about
gun.
consent. I just had my money out on the table.
I know. A Jew saw my way to defend myself and where we keep all the fucking family
All right,
jewels.
so which one do you think she's really paying attention to?
Both of them, because if
What
you're
takes over, the liberal side or the Jew side?
no, she's paid attention to both.
Oh.
Now she knows if she breaks in here, how to get the money and also how to defeat our immediate defenses. Is
Be
what
like,
you know.
"Oh, you're done.
You don't think a Jew categorized like where like the problems, the issues might arise from?
So the first thing I'm going to do is run upstairs and steal all the money.
I've already planted pictures. That's never mind.
And heaven forbid anyone wakes up. But if they do, I know exactly where the guns are.
What I've done is place 4 terabytes of in the house. I'll get the cops to raid it. Then they can go in and steal the money.
Well, the house is empty.
Be sure to fucking put a little bleep over what I just said right there. Yeah, but
Yeah, but
both of those things. Bleep both of them.
not allowed to talk about it.
No, they get mad. That's what our only video has been brought down for.
But they were mad about They were mad that we got 10,000 fucking.
Yeah, I think they were
views.
mad.
They were like, this podcast cannot be successful.
Oh
Yeah.
no, this is not liberal enough.
Exactly.
Those
so
boys have said some things.
They're trying to censor us.
Actually, they're just trying to save us. Is what they're trying to do.
Nobody should.
No,
They will get canceled.
if any of this gets big, it's just immediately like fucking horrible shit that I've said jokingly, just so we're all clear. And Fred, we've never really meant anything.
All
It's
right, you're
comedy.
going into the fucking archives. You're only going to find the good stuff. You're not going to come back to this. But imagine you pointing back.
I covered my ass right there.
There was one.
Everything from episode, what are we on, 32?
30, I think 34.
34, whatever it is. From when I just said that, everything before it, I've been fucking around. Now, I am saying, start to say facts. So, for instance, the Holocaust.
That one's not real, actually, folks.
I'm only going to say facts from here on out.
Every time you say fact, you say fact. I was watching the Stavi's podcast because he had Nick Mullen and Adam Freeland on.
I saw that.
And Nick,
I was killing. Yeah, I saw that.
I thought that was hilarious.
That is
But
pretty
that's
funny.
not even.
Like-
Nick kept saying They kept having to censor it.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then you could watch that stuff just be like, this is why I fucking quit.
Yeah. Oh, well. That was a great podcast.
It was one for the
But
ages. They're funny.
that's
That's a
fucking
funny
mainstream, dude.
dynamic.
This is real back alley shit right here.
Yeah. I was watching.
This is real fucking. This is a fucking cool cat that's smoking a fucking cigarette in the alleyway. That's what we are.
One leg up.
Yeah, because we
Knee
lost it.
triangle.
We lost the fucking leg because we're that kind of alley cat.
Oh wow.
We take our lumps.
We've
We
seen
keep.
some shit.
We have.
Yeah,
Have
we've
we
been
not?
around the block.
I mean, I was hearing about your fucking day today. We've
Oh,
seen
yeah.
some shit.
Dude, living in downtown Phoenix, you just get exposed.
Fred
or
fucking
downtown
saw.
anywhere.
Fred saw a fucking hipster's moral compass spin like it was holding a magnet around it.
It was like it was the craziest thing I've ever seen in like the past month or maybe this year, because it was just so funny to me to see someone change up. So like the context, or I went walking because that's what I do, baby.
You walk.
You know, I know. Yeah, I love walking because you see.
I like how
interesting
all your
shit.
jokes are like, I've been running lately, and then it's just like, so I was walking every time you get into a story. Like, I still put in the miles. No one has to know how they are put in, but
Yeah. I'm getting my steps in. My step count's
Okay.
the only thing that matters.
I
Yeah, I still wear my running
always
watch.
count the Jew. Jews will always tell you the truth when it comes to steps and individualistic statistics.
Oh my god, my feet hurt so bad I must have taken 6 million steps.
Yeah, there you go. There, you got it. You knew what I was talking about.
Yeah, give me some credit. Anyways, so I'm getting my 6 million
Real
steps
quick,
in.
how long is 6 million steps? Is that like an unbelievable
Well, a
amount
lot
to do
of
in
people-
4 years?
Wait, you're saying,
holy
you're saying you did 6 million
So
steps
you would have
in
had to
one
have been
day?
walking every second of the day for 4 years straight? There's no way.
Yeah, my feet have bunions.
You didn't sleep once?
I could show
And you
my-
fought the Russians?
Just look at my shoes. I'll show you. The evidence is there clearly.
Look at this huge stack of
These are all the
shoes
shoes
that I have. That's not bad. That actually wasn't half bad.
yeah,
That was
look at us.
witty.
Yeah,
But I mean, not like kind of why
Yeah,
you
we
wanted
can't
me.
do any of that on. No one should see that.
I don't know. It's not bad. We didn't say anything.
True. It's
My
what we're
face
not
is
saying
my
that's
face
really
is. I
important.
can feel my face is red from like, oh fuck.
Funny.
Funny. You put that out though, but it's bad at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh, what I felt was my moral compass spin a little bit, where I was
Yeah.
like, should.
All right, so I was on my walk and I happened upon this homeless guy and he was carrying this big down blanket. It's the reason I wanted
And we're
to
in
follow
Phoenix,
him.
Arizona.
Yeah, it's 90 degrees. It's the hottest day we've experienced.
The
like,
first
of
90
the
degree
year.
day,
Yeah,
or maybe
yeah.
second.
I don't know. It's hot. It was
Yeah.
hot. You could
What is
feel
it,
the
March?
sun. Yeah, it's in
Damn. All
we're
right,
in
anyway.
mid-March. Yeah, and so he's walking around with this big down blanket. So I
Oh,
was like,
can I ask a question?
That's silly.
What ethnicity was this man?
Oh, white guy.
no.
Yeah, he was a white guy. I showed you the video of him doing karate.
I didn't watch it. I didn't care.
Oh.
It was also very zoomed in, and like I couldn't
Yeah,
really tell.
well, he was doing it across the park, and I didn't want him to. I didn't want him to use his.
I
karate
really
moves
wanted you to
on
just be
me.
like this close and be like, hell yeah, let's check this shit out. And it was just
At
a
one point-
fucking. It was just Kimbo Slice being like, cha.
No, he was doing.
But
like
my
full-blown
expectations
karate.
were just lowered all the way around the board
Oh yeah,
because
No,
the
white
karate
guy.
was lame, and it's a white guy now. So,
Yeah.
but go on.
So I'm following this guy because he's carrying like his bed essentially, and I'm walking behind him, and then he stops all of a sudden, and so I stop because I want to continue to see what he's doing, you know. And he's holding this water bottle, and he undoes it and just starts dumping it on his head. And I
To
start
cool
to be
down.
yeah, to cool down. It's hot.
Because he's in a blanket.
He's in a blanket.
Was he naked under?
No. He had clothes on.
So it's kind of like shade.
Again, I don't want to go back to the video of
Sorry.
him doing karate, but it was very prevalent.
Yeah, fair.
You could see all of his stuff. But so he's pouring
Yeah.
water, and then I think that's funny in itself because
Uh-huh.
you got your bed, but you're getting wet. And then I look a little bit farther down.
It's 90 degrees. It's gonna dry out.
Exactly. True. I see this hipster guy, like obvious hipster, and he's just like so empathetic to this homeless guy's situation.
God.
Exactly. He's just like face numb, you know, like
What do you think this hipster guy did for a job?
well, he was working at a restaurant.
Oh,
He was working.
yeah, the
at,
most
like,
classic
ramen-
person to be like, oh, can't you believe how they feel? And it's like, get
Yeah.
your life in order. How about that?
He was like man bunned up.
Yeah,
he
you're like
had the
20.
hat,
You're like
man
fucking
bun.
35, working at a restaurant still as a fucking hostess. How about you get your shit solved before you try and
Oh,
solve
that
fucking?
guy's life is so sad.
It's like,
Look
oh, really?
in the
His
mirror,
life's
buddy.
so sad?
You were a bar back.
You're
and you're
counting
35.
tips after this. That's pretty fucking sad, buddy.
So he's empathizing with this guy, and then when the thing is done, you can see he's empathizing. He finishes the water bottle, plastic water bottle. The homeless guy just chucks it on the ground, and this fucking guy's face, the hippie's face, just drops, and he's just like, like anger. You can see anger wash over this guy.
See, here's why. When you told me this story originally, I really wanted it to be a black guy to just really challenge that guy's whole stereotype of just, like, not because I don't like black people. Let me get that clear. It's just so that guy gets showed up for, like, his fucking, like, pet image of what someone he should feel sorry for
Black
is.
guys are easier to sympathize with.
Yeah, but if I really wanted this, but I mean, again.
It's just a fucking story.
Yeah. In my own mind, this guy was really getting fucking just a middle finger from whoever's up there coordinating stuff for like all of his like aspects.
Just every part.
Every viewpoint
at that
was
point,
being
let's
attacked.
make him gay and trans at the same time.
Oh
He's
yeah,
a great trans black
he's in
guy.
downtown Phoenix. I
Oh,
figured he was.
Well, in that part, honestly, he had like weird haircut.
Oh yeah, well, I mean he's homeless. He's
Yeah,
not gonna. You know what I saw today? I was at almost got in a wreck. Fucking that sucked. Some guy like hit his brakes and started swerving, and I was like, "Oh no!" Just like the sheep I am, I did my brakes and started swerving too. No one got hit, but there was this girl behind me, and she was like, "Yeah, I saw you the whole way. I saw you before you probably saw me."
Oh.
I saw you when I was on Portland turning out. I saw you at the light turning out onto 7th Street, and I was like, "I'm not going to acknowledge him."
I know. You know what was going through my mind? I was like, should I call him, or you think he's gonna call me?
I wanted to. What went through my mind is like, he's gonna call me, and he's able to see into my cab. I'm just gonna deny it on the fucking thing.
I know. I didn't do it because I was like, maybe he's gonna call me. He doesn't. I'm gonna be cool.
Oh, nice.
Just
So I'm
keep
like a
driving.
Everybody treats me like a hot girl around here, dude. Everyone's like
Right,
scared to
not-
piss me off.
It's just like
Yeah,
what,
it is.
because if you were anyone else, if you were Nate,
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'm the hot girl, dude. Yeah. You're just proving
but it's
my
a
point.
different thing, though. It's a different. In my mind, it feels different.
Nah, I'm hot girl. Hot girl privilege over here.
Did you
I sell
call
my
me that?
panties.
Oh yeah.
That was like one of
And
the early
bathwater?
jokes I wrote. It was like, you know who has the most privilege? Everybody says white privilege, but you know who has the most privilege? Fucking hot ladies. Like, I can't sell my fucking underwear online for a profit.
You could.
Oh, yeah. Well, I say that into the fucking, yeah. Did I tell you one of the messages I got on Instagram not too long ago was it was just like, let me see it. And then the next one was like, please. And then a trans lady fucking hit me up and was like, low-key daddy. And I wanted to write back, low-key man. Or high-key man, I don't know. And then I was like, let's be nice.
So I would say that. So you said nothing.
I said nothing. Yeah, I just kept it in the requested pile. I'm just like, I'm not fucking with any of those. Another good one is I got a proposition from a man to fuck him and his wife. That was a cool one.
Ooh.
Hey, bro.
Where?
Well, at least I
How far
assume.
do you have to travel?
I'm not. I'm not traveling anywhere
All right.
to fuck a man and his wife.
Well, I don't think you have to fuck the man too.
Nah, he
It's
seemed...
a 2-for-1.
It's what it... I didn't get any specifics, but it was, hey, bro, do you want to come hang out with me and my wife? He has since deleted the message, probably out of shame. And I hope so. I hope he did delete that message out of shame. That's disgusting.
Learn how to love your wife, man.
Or just be in a normal, monogamous relationship. It's not that hard. I'm doing it. I'm doing it just fine.
But you haven't been married.
Yeah, true. But, like, I can fuck one lady.
I can't fuck it right now. I can't fuck any ladies.
Oh, you know, I
don't
thought
fucking know
I
one.
thought your old squeeze was at the open mic tonight. It was just some... Here, this will give you a good key in. It was just some random black lady. I was like, what the fuck? When they first walked in, I was like, is that fucking... And then I was like, no, it's not. But at first I was like, oh shit, like, good day for Fred to not show up to the mic. Because, like...
Oh, I did.
Yeah, I know you did later, but...
Ugh.
Shit mic today, too.
I don't know. It was like good when I first got there. Like at 8:45, there
I
were
didn't
like
want to
people
laugh
in
at
there.
anything.
I didn't watch anybody.
I had to follow your girlfriend. And she brought, like, really high energy, and a lot of people... Well, Andre was laughing a lot.
My girlfriend?
Well, not...
Oh.
What I'm saying. No, she brought high energy, and then she was just like, oh, Mark Anthony Ritchie was laughing at a lot of her jokes, and she's like, man, you trying to get your dick sucked after this? I went up there and riffed on that. That kind of did all right.
Hell yeah.
And then I got into my jokes, and they didn't do good. The only fucking tag that did good was like, you think they put on a little face when they do it? Like, are they like, oh, Gucci Gucci Goo, little rat? Or are they like, this is for science? I think that's the line for that. That got a good resounding pop, but...
That's
And the people in the back would just smile, and it pissed me off.
at least you like even had.
The only thing that got a real big pop was I went through the whole rat thing, smashing its head, everything, and then I was like, this is such a stupid fucking dream to have. And then grabbed my notebook. And that's the only thing that got like a good pop. And I was like, wasn't even trying
Just
to be.
yeah, just
Well, it was more just like me being
Yeah.
dejected and being like,
pitying yourself.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. That's funny. Like seeing somebody go through that entire thing and then being like, man, I suck.
yeah.
That's funny.
I brought fine energy.
Hell yeah.
I was doing all right. Knocked
It just-
myself into
they didn't
performer
like it?
mode. They just didn't fucking want to laugh out loud to me
Those
for
fuckers.
not very much of stuff.
Those
Nothing.
fuckers.
Nothing on the AI bit.
The problem with the AI thing,
It's
first,
not
like the new
hashed out.
part, yeah, is not hashed out, but the old part you've just done so many times. Same enthusiasm.
Oh well, that got like mediocre. Like 2 people in the bar to laugh, and I was like, all right,
Nice. I only had Rich. Did you talk to Rich?
Rich.
He was the guy at the very edge of the bar with his date. It was the first time they'd gone out. It was their first date. She was so drunk.
Oh, nice.
She kept calling me Paul Simon.
Paul Simon. Flash a picture of him.
No,
I don't know what he looks
I'm
like.
not gonna flash a picture. He's Simon and Garfunkel.
Oh.
The guy from Simon and Garfunkel. She was so drunk. I didn't get through a single bit.
There was one
Just
pretty
talked to
good
him
looking
for
girl
8
there. I
minutes.
can't remember who it was though. Did you see her?
There's no one there.
She was in like a silky, like see-through top.
She wasn't there
Just
when
a
I was
bra.
there.
She was all right looking.
No one was there when I was there. There was one couple.
Oh.
And I kept trying to do like I talked to him
And she'd
and
be
then
like,
she
"You're
just
Peter Simon."
yeah, you're Paul Simon. You know you look like Paul Simon.
You're like Paul Simon. And you're like, I'm gonna
Uh,
punch you in the fucking mouth, whore.
And then at one point the guy was like, "Okay, try and tell your bits." And then I started to like I was like, "Oh no, we don't have to." Blah blah blah. And then I went into a bit like because I had captured their attention, and then she started to yell again, and then he was like, "Oh," and then he started to talk also, and then he was like, "Oh wait a second, are you doing a bit right now?" And I was like, "Yeah, I did actually go into one, but it's fine. We can just keep talking."
Damn, sad day. They didn't even know you were joking around.
No, they could like he could tell, she could not.
Well, yeah, she, as previously stated, she was drunk.
Yeah, she was so drunk, just on white wine.
I don't really like drunk women, to be honest with you.
They're kinda
Everyone's
annoying.
like, drunk chicks are the best.
And you're a predator. That guy
And
is a predator.
as a predator myself, but as a guy who wants to do jokes at a fucking dive bar,
God, you guys. Suck.
God, you guys suck.
All right, if I want to get my dick sucked, give me a drunk girl 10 out of 10 days.
Yeah, to be
But
fair.
if I'm trying to tell intellectual dick jokes,
Then shut the hell up,
then
woman.
be kind of sober. Be a little tipsy. Don't be sober.
Yeah, yeah.
By
Well,
any
I don't know.
means.
You can be. I'd rather you be sober.
Yeah, don't
Tipsy will
interrupt
bring
me.
out. If you want to yell, Tipsy will bring it out of you, even if you
True.
just want to. And if it might bring it out of you. Being drunk, it will bring it. You will yell.
I don't ever want to see just the drunk girl energy unless she's sucking my dick.
Yeah.
Honestly, you could be sober. I still don't like that woman.
Sorry, mom and dad, for that segment.
Yeah, too much sex.
I was
Let's
just
go
talking
away from
about
it.
fucking drunk women. Okay. Pivot off that.
All right.
I'm thinking about cutting the mustache.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Too many. I think the gays like it too much.
Oh, you're so bad.
I don't like the mustache for that reason.
Why do you think the mustache makes you get? Is it because
I'm getting
of
a
the
lot of
hipster
gay
dynamic?
followers.
I don't think it's that.
Well,
I think they're
I said
glued
one
to
thing,
their
kind of
phones.
supporting the gays, but also kind of shitting on them in a reel, and now I've just got a
You
bunch of
and
gay
walk
followers.
away?
What?
You and walk away.
No. It was the one where I was like the gay sweater vest one.
Oh yeah.
I've gotten so many gay followers with that, and a lot of the comments and a lot of the fucking like some like drag queen that like Lena knows from like what's that big drag thing that Aldo's got a bit about?
Oh, RuPaul.
RuPaul, yeah, a drag star from RuPaul commented on my thing.
Huh.
Yeah, and was like, "Are you gay though?" And I said, "No."
Well, then you can't make fun of us.
Yeah, probably what they were getting at, but like I did, and I got a lot of views and likes and follows from the gay community. So
Yeah.
like, kind of fuck you at the same time.
I don't know. I don't think it's horrible.
See, I'm anti me having the mustache until someone that's gay is like, "You can't do that." And I'm like, "Fucking." Actually, I
Do you
can't.
see this fucking mustache? Can't you say whatever
One of the
fuck
comments.
I want
One
with
of the
this upper
comments
lip
was
of
like,
mine?
"I don't know if gay people wear." It was probably gay, but it was like, "I don't know if gay people wear sweater vests, but I'll take mustache, denim jacket, denim jeans word for it." And I was like, "Fuck, I'm not gay. I'm not fucking gay."
God, this is just my fucking. This is not a costume.
But you can't act like that because then people are like, "See, you're acting all defensive about it. You're gay," and you're like, "No, I'm fucking
You're
not."
so closeted.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they always hit you with, and you're like, "Fucking no." Good burn. To be fair,
Yeah.
you got me there, but I'm still not fucking gay.
Come into the light,
I just hit.
Michael. Come into the light. It was.
You're the operating table light.
Yeah. You're gonna die. If I'm gay, I'd rather die.
No, if I'm gay, I'm gonna get my dick removed. If I'm gay, I'm going all the way gay. I'm gonna become a woman, and I'm gonna
And
be
then
the
I'm gonna
best
become
fucking woman.
straight again.
Yeah. No, and then I'm gonna be lesbian, so I'm never not gonna be getting like.
God,
God, it came back to
I
sex
love
again.
boobs.
Don't I just love tits and pussy so much?
Dude. All right. I would do it. Iced coffee is just the way to go, dude. But I had an explosive. No, actually,
We're gonna go off of me getting gender surgery to iced coffee.
To iced well, I was gonna go to shit, but
Yeah,
I don't
see,
really
we
want to
can-
go shit either. Yeah, I caught it when
Is this
I was
all we
going
can
there.
think
And
of?
I was like, no, we can think of other things. Oh, you see that Mickey 17? You know the new movie with Robert Pattinson where he's like a bunch of different people.
No, I haven't seen this.
Apparently, people are like, oh, the evil guy Mark Ruffalo plays like a dictator guy, who's like supposedly supposed to be acting like Donald Trump.
Okay.
And so people are getting offended by that.
Okay.
And then the the director came out and was like, no, I actually base it off the Russian oligarchs that were like leading the like whatever
Also,
that dictated together like
another
as couples.
We're just talking sick liberal burns right now
But then,
because
no,
Homeboy probably
one
based
more
it off of
sentence.
Trump. Go ahead.
Yeah, probably. But then Mark Ruffalo went on fucking Jimmy Kimmel or Jimmy Fallon or something and was like, I felt like I was shooting a documentary. And he was like, no, the director just said it wasn't. He wrote the thing that he said that it wasn't about, I don't know.
Oh, so Ruffalo even thought it was about Trump?
No, Ruffalo said it was about Trump. Post the director being like, it's not about Trump.
Yeah, see, that's
it's about
that's what I'm
this."
saying. That's a liberal. That's an attempted liberal burn there that caught him in the backfire of lies, like it usually does, where they're just like, okay,
All right, yeah.
you don't have to do
your
this.
turn,
but
your turn for
think,
exhibition.
think in the mind of a liberal real quick, and then they're like, this is about Trump.
There.
I know. That's why I was like, we're already there.
All right,
But and then some people come out and they're like, this is so bullshit against Trump, and you didn't say anything. You're like, actually, it's not. It's about a fucking fascist dictator in Russia or fucking whatever.
Yeah, something.
And then they're like, oh, we got you there. But then because you're a fucking little sleazy scumbag liberal, you didn't corroborate your lie with a bunch of other people. And they're like, we thought it was about Trump the whole time. And then they're like, fuck. We're just talking liberal. That's just an outed liberal burn right there.
Yeah, but the same
That's
thing
the
can be
liberals trying to
said.
be sneaky, dude.
Yeah, but the same thing can be said on the other side where you got like Alex Jones is pushing something that people are like, that's
Okay,
not.
all he said was facts. All right. He may have
It is
lost in a
crazy
court
how
of
much-
law, but all he said was facts.
Okay, no, Sandy, he was wrong about Sandy.
I don't know, dude.
Them's were just kidding.
I'm not, and by the way, I'm not advocating you go to anyone's house or do anything about this. I'm just saying this. I think Sandy Hook's a little fishy.
Why?
Why? I think all the fucking mass shootings are a little fishy. Obviously, there's going to be some that are just legit real, but I think a lot of those fucking things.
I think most of them are legit real.
Yeah, they all happened. But like, I think a lot of it was like a little bit of. It's the same thing with like how we're seeing in the JFK files. It's just fucking the government putting their little fingers where they don't need to be, and they're advocating for fucking bad shit to happen so they can do shit about it. That's what I think it is.
I think it's honestly getting easier for them to do shit like that too.
Like 90% of Reddit is confirmed psyop from Eglin Air Force Base in fucking Florida. When Eglin Air Force Base, which is the head of psychological operations within the United States for like all the branches of the military and probably all of like the CIA, FBI, all of them, it's got a lot of it there. It's like the main hub for it. When Wi-Fi went down there, this is weeks ago, Reddit usership dropped by fucking a mass amount, and like all the stuff that was trending was way different than the stuff that's normally trending.
So they're like making the Redditors.
I think they do it on everything. I think they've been doing it on TV since the conceptualization of like broadcast television, and I think they're doing it now with fucking social media. Why would you not?
So the
When has the
government's just trying
government
to be
ever
in
not
control?
fucked with the media?
Always.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And they're doing it now.
Well, I think even before.
And
like,
now you can do that on an interpersonal relationship, and you can make some people do some crazy fucked up shit.
Well, we're also going into other people's like other governments are also going into
Yeah,
our
that
media
too,
as well.
100%.
Like if you can control
Fingers, big
yeah.
fingers and small pies.
God,
Big
We're
fingers
just-
and small pies that end up fucking creating a big old mess over here. Las Vegas shooting. You can't tell
That
me
one-
with a
that
straight
one
face
feel-
that that's what
Yeah.
happened.
that one's crazy. That one's a little wild.
And then they get done with it and they're just like, well, that's the investigation. We'll never figure out why that guy did it. Anyway, remember, Vegas strong or whatever the fuck it was. It's all bullshit, dude. It's all bullshit. Like, I'm not like
And what
heavy.
is fucking real anymore at this point?
It's all real at the same time. That's the thing.
True, it happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe some
Those people
stuff
are
can happen,
dead.
but- yeah, they are.
You know who thinks it's real as fuck? The dead people.
Well, no, they don't think anything.
Well,
Because
no,
they're
but
dead.
in the moment when you're screaming and like ah,
Yeah, you
you're
probably.
like that's a pretty real moment.
I wonder if anyone was like getting shot at when they were down there, and they're like, "This has got to be a fucking
Ah,
psyop.
the
This has got to be a
fucking-
psyop."
Oh, the CIA.
But it is, dude.
Aw.
Oh no, I can't say that either. You look up any
Trying
of
to
the.
censor me.
You look through any of the. Nice little voice crack and a burp into the microphone all within like 5 seconds. Did you look into any of the JFK files?
No.
Oh no.
What did you find?
Can't say it on YouTube.
You can't say what you found on YouTube?
No.
It's that?
I mean, I don't think we should. And
How
I'm
did
trying
you-
to turn a new leaf in the way that everyone perceives me closely to me. So, no, I
So
can't.
then keep the mustache.
Oh, so everyone thinks I'm gay?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, fair. Woo.
Thank you.
No, on a different note. Like, you know what my parents always tell you when they see you?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Like stuff like that. You guys get what I'm saying?
Oh, then our
There was a
entire
certain
clip,
agency-
then our clip can't go out.
That rhymes with Obad. That did some tinkering around with JFK, more than likely. Some people who rhyme with booze. They're fucking.
When I think of them, I go, ew.
Yeah, exactly.
Just kidding. I love them.
No, this is all coded. This is all
Oh,
non-permissible.
yeah. Nobody knows what we're talking about.
Not
right
even the
now.
algo knows what we're talking about right
No.
now. I mean, it's probably like tipping some alarms like, what?
But you know who owns YouTube? Google. So how smart is their AI really being?
Oh, yeah. Dude, Google's AI is fucking retarded. Like, for real.
It's dumb. Like,
I'm trying to write a joke
what
about
did
it right
you-
now, but
what
it
did
is
you look
fucking...
up? What did we look up with fucking Max?
Oh,
Like
it was
about-
how long are apes' fingers? And it just said, apes' fingers are usually longer than their thumbs. That was the AI generated response.
How dumb do you have to? Yeah.
yeah.
No shit.
It's yeah, they're primates. Look at mean too.
unless the ape's fingers happen to be cut off, then
Yeah.
the thumbs will be longer.
Some apes in the central Congo that are used as slaves for drug deals, their fingers are shorter than their thumbs.
Also, did you know that apes have opposable thumbs on their feet?
It's like, yeah, it's like it was like it's like that level, and then like that's supposed to be what's going to take everyone's jobs here.
Yeah.
Like, sure, it can probably calculate numbers. I mean, I don't dispute that. It can probably do all that shit like a fucking boss. But like, at the generation AI's at right now, it's still pretty stupid. Because like, you ever look up with AI like some shit you kind of know, and then it's like wrong about the shit you know, and you're like, well, then how good is this with the shit I don't know, and I'm trusting it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, like a dumb question it can't even answer right. So then what about your big question?
Well, no, it's just like if I know this subject somewhat decently, and I know the answer that AI is giving me is wrong on a subject that I'm just trying to learn about and I know nothing about, and I wholeheartedly take the AI answer, like how fucking skewed is my shit at that point?
Well, then how do you even know what you learned is even right?
That's what I'm saying. Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You could just be a big meathead. Imagine it teaches you the wrong thing and then it's
Maybe
changing
that's
it up.
maybe that's fucking big data's plan, dude.
They're just making meat zombies.
I mean,
The goal is to just turn everybody into like
consumer.
flatlined. Yeah. Spend your money. Give me money. Be
Yeah.
dumb. Think of dumb questions. I'll tell you the
Speaking of
wrong
which,
answer.
we started a Patreon.
It's gonna be audio only.
Yeah. But we haven't started it yet, and it'll only be $1 because we're not fucking booze.
We're not gonna rip you
We're
off.
not booze. Call back.
Booze?
I said rhymes with
I don't
booze.
think. I don't think it. You can go. Not a great. If you would have waited a little bit longer, then
Oh,
the
yeah.
payoff would have been better. But
But we're not.
we're not professionals yet.
We're not professional comedians
Yeah.
or booze because we're only charging $1.
I'm a professional booer.
No, I don't think you boo too goo.
Oh, dude, I boo all the time.
Your boo ain't that goo. You still come out with me and eat food. You're a bad boo if you come out with me and eat food. You're not good. Oh, you're not good to boo if you don't if you go out with me and eat the food. I was like kind of French Asian.
French Asian.
That's like the Vietnamese that were
Yeah.
influenced by the French up there before like the Vietnamese War,
Yeah.
like the colonization.
That'd be a
Oh, the
trip.
colonization. I really hate the colonization. I won't say boo, but I will still use a fucking somewhat fucked up accent. I will do that. You can't take that away from me. They took my guns, they took my alcohol, my tobacco, but they ain't taking my fucking racist Asian accents, all right?
That's
or my
freedom of
fucking
speech, motherfucker.
or my hick accent for that much. If it swings the other way to the right and they try to make fucking making fun of white people a crime, they're not taking that from me either.
I am. What are those beers? The Czech Pilsners?
Oh, I don't know. I don't even know who brought
I
those.
think
to
those
be
have been there for so long.
I
We just
wonder.
got so much shit just laying around.
honest. And I'm never here.
Yeah, and you're never here. But the problem is you'll leave shit around, and then
Yeah.
Max and I will both be like, well, we're not going to. It's
I'm
his
not touching it.
responsibility.
You're both just
Booze.
I want a beer or two.
I'm sipping on my little beer. Yeah, we're halfway through the podcast. I got another beer.
Should I drink a beer?
It's up to you, man.
Should I?
Hey, I'm not doing Lent.
I'm not supposed to fucking...
You're on Lent right now. You're not allowed to. Hey, that one stuck to the wall at least.
That's going to fall, I bet you money.
It's gonna fall right onto my hat, you nasty ass.
From one hat to another. What?
It's just a delicious taste of beer.
Ooh, Coors Banquet. The
Coors
freshest Rocky brewed beer. Rocky Mountain brewed beer. Only drink it when the fucking mountains are blue.
These have been out all day.
I don't even think those ones changed, to be honest with you.
They don't.
It's not
Yeah,
gay.
the Coors ones
It's
are
not
the
gay
other
like
ones.
little fucking Coors Light.
Our beer's transition,
Our
but not in a gay way. In a way to let you know it's time for another Coors.
Holy shit, this beer transitioned to a fucking empty ass beer.
Pick
Coors
yourself-
Banquet.
Get yourself a Coors.
Yeah, my
That's
beer's-
Colorado Rocky River.
My beers are fucking... Never mind. You know what beers are gay as hell? Those Montuckies.
I love a Montucky.
Yeah, but they always put the fucking pride
A
flag on
cold
them.
snack? Yeah, okay. The ones that they sell in downtown Phoenix have the pride flags. That's not the one that they do everywhere.
I don't like those.
I've never seen
like
a
on the
pride
side of the
flag.
can, it's like, part of our proceeds go to fucking
Yeah,
getting
5%.
cats molested by retards. And you're like, all right, I guess that's what you want to advocate for.
Well, yeah. I mean, pick your battles, you know? What's funnier is that they're a Montana beer company. And so,
And they're
like,
gay as hell. Like, what's
Yeah.
up with that? I guarantee that's a transplant from fucking... from California. Guarantee it. I bet we could look it up and I'm right. There's no way
just
like
Bud Light. It's a Bud Light sub.
or
subgroup.
it's a funny as fuck conservative joke to where they're just taking money from liberals. Could be that too.
I don't know, but I like the slogan. First time I saw Montucky, it was like a Montucky cold snack. And I was like, that's hilarious. You know, because you get the calories. Right, Mac? Do you want to hop on?
All right.
You could have been on the past 31 minutes, but you
Let's
decided
take
to
a little break.
Isolation.
Let's just take a little break.
Little break? Okay.
Little break.
Yeah, we need a break.
Stop or should we keep rolling
On this?
on all of it?
Well, I feel like if we're going to break, we're going to move. Why would we just keep everything rolling just because?
Because then you won't have to resync.
True. That's true.
You want to leave it going? We don't have to.
We could. I mean, how long is the break going to be?
I don't know. Let's bullshit for a little bit. Figure out what we're going to talk about.
Let's just stop it. I can upload 2 things.
You can stop it. All right, if you want to. All right. See you in a minute. I broke Lent.
I thought there was going to be way more of a...
no. Some of those had a little tiny bit of liquid in them. I mean,
Yeah,
who
they do.
cares? The house is
Gonna
trash.
yeah. It's so gross. Nice.
Who cares
All right,
about
I
this
don't like
place?
it. I don't like it when it's on the flag.
Oh, hit your flag? I didn't mean to any disrespect to Alaska. I honestly don't. Honest to God. In my heart of hearts.
It's a pretty cool place.
Yeah, I'm not shitting on it. I never even been there.
I just found out that you have
I've
to
just
get
heard.
carded everywhere.
You have to get carded everywhere in Alaska?
Everywhere in Alaska. Like because we have so many DUIs. Yep, it's bad.
If you look like someone who doesn't live in Alaska, they shouldn't card you. How about that?
I don't know,
It's
but
like
there's this
use to your
brand-
own discretion.
I would dress like this also.
How
I
about this?
feel
If you
like,
don't look like a drunken piece of shit,
yeah, if you don't look like you have 5 DUIs,
how about if someone's getting really fucked up, you just don't let them drive. How about that? If you're at the place, if you're willing to check IDs, you might as well just be like, oh, you know what? That guy's fucked up.
no, you may
We're
not
making
buy
sure.
more Coors
Yeah.
Banquets.
2 Coors Banquets is enough for you.
And it looks like you've had way more than that.
You
You're
got a
pretty
pyramid
fucked up.
stacked up on your table.
You walked in here with one of them fucking beer staffs.
Yeah. Oh, do they have those in Alaska?
I mean, they have those everywhere.
Oh,
Everybody
really?
plays the wizard game, dude.
Do they have those in Alaska?
Have
Where would you
never
get
played
one?
No. Have you never played the wizard game where you like drink beers and then you duct tape or you tape them together and then you build a fucking stack like a wizard staff?
Oh,
And then
yeah.
by the
yeah,
end
yeah.
of it, you have
I
like
thought
a
you were
big
talking
staff
about those.
and then you fight with them.
You know those things you see on the Vegas Strip, where it's like a big
oh,
long.
they're really long.
I thought you were talking about people selling those in Alaska, and I was like,
No.
"Is this way more popular than I thought it was?"
Way.
You know, like the beer,
yeah,
fucking
no.
sword or whatever the hell.
like
Like
the absurd thing to drink a beer out of. Yeah, I've seen
Dude,
that.
every time I see someone with those, I'm like, "Come on,
You know what I see? That's also
are you
weird
retarded?" And you
fucked
just
up?
buy stuff when you're like, "That looks cool."
No, not even, dude. They have like at sushi restaurants. I've been seeing this pop up a lot, where they have like that giant fucking tap of beer. Like they fill it up with like 6 or 7 beers, and then you just have like a fountain, and it's like a water thing, and you just put your beer under it, and then it just spews out beer.
Oh, I've never seen this. I don't go to many sushi restaurants.
I don't think it's a exclusively sushi restaurants.
Believe it or not.
As good as I am at this accent.
It's not even good anymore. Like, we're not even.
Yeah,
It's like we kind of put more effort into it at the beginning when we first tried, and like now it's just like,
It's a fun call.
if you don't say it's Asian, people probably won't think it is.
Yeah, true.
Like, if we wouldn't have like said all this shit.
What are they doing right now?
Yeah, what fucking shitty. We're just so bad at the accent. It saves us from being like,
I'm a Japanese man.
see, there you clarify.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm a Japanese man. I think it's got to be down here.
Oh, it's so deep.
I'm a deep within my mental state.
Oh, I concentrate.
Ooh, I go, that is a very interesting attach you had there. See,
I don't know. I didn't catch what you said at the end of that.
did it sound good or not?
I mean, it was deep.
And then like I kind of got like a little more like that thing, yeah. Whatever that is. Is that a real thing in Japanese?
Yeah,
you know
and Japanese acting and Asian acting in general. When
What's
I was
like-
watching Squid Games, they always like.
But you know, like what they're yeah, like that. But like and that's like how they're saying their emotions rather than like an
Yeah.
exclamation point. It's just being like.
The face doesn't
Right?
really move. The eyes are dead.
It's like
Well, you
they're
can't even really see them.
hey, the eyes are dead. Oh, she
Hey,
moving her
can't-
eyes. I like that girl. She moving her eyes.
She's so expressive.
I don't think this is good. we referenced on how bad it was, and then we just kept doing it. We referenced on how bad it is on like two different aspects, and then we just kept doing it.
It is fun. Every
I
time I
enjoy it.
hear an Asian accent done though, I do think of like Scooby Doo, because he kind of talks the exact same way. Oh, Reggie. Like he goes up at the end.
Whatever was that close?
laugh-
I've
yeah.
never done it before. Yeah. I did a good thing right there.
Yeah, you did.
Clip it.
That's
That's the podcast right there.
Tune in for Scooby Doo impressions. Kirsch Banquet.
Gosh, dang, dude.
Once you start going, you got me going. I can't stop.
On the cruise banquets.
No, now the cruise. The cruise is good, but
Yeah. Brewed from the fucking Rocky Mountains.
the Rocky Mountains. Cruise light. When the mountain turns white, it's time for another cruise.
Are you a fucking cowboy?
real cowboys drink
Or are you a
Coors.
hipster in downtown Phoenix that also drinks Coors Banquet for some reason?
If you are, alliteration.
Coors.
Coors cowboy
Coors cowboy.
for the libtards.
A cool
the-
Coors. What did you call someone?
Cool
What,
Coors cowboy.
what do you call the people that are just, you know, the people in downtown that I'm talking about?
Hipsters.
Yeah, that I don't know about that. That's kind of dated now. That's like a 2000s thing. There's got to be we
Yeah,
got to
but-
have our own word here.
The blue hairs. I think the thing is, it has to be somewhat.
Everyone's
adjacent
just
to
got
that.
tattoos
My uncle
and blue
talked
hair.
about the blue hairs today.
Everyone's got tattoos and blue hair.
Yeah.
My lady's got a bunch of tattoos. It's just
Thank
like
God she doesn't have
everyone.
blue hair.
I know, right? I'd
Yeah,
still
one
hate it, but
stripe.
whatever.
I'd still like.
One stripe would be kind of hot, but don't do it still.
You look like who's that? Who's that? I'm thinking of the goth girl from a TV show. Total Drama Island.
Oh yeah, or a fucking what's
What
his
a
name?
bull-
Danny Phantom. I think she had a little streak. I can't remember her name. Like Sam, maybe. Also kind of gothy. Would be a bitch that rocks tattoos, but I don't know. It's just like that's like the in thing. It's like I'm covered in tattoos and a little part of my hair is dyed. And if I'm a guy, I have a mustache. And now I have a mustache, and I'm like, God damn it.
And some tattoos. You just need to color your hair.
No, you can't
A
see any of my
single tattoo?
tattoos, so it don't matter.
I walked past like 4 tattoo shops today, and I was like, I need to think of a good tattoo to like get if I'm gonna get a tattoo every day. Didn't think of one, but the idea I had was to get a meaningless leg tattoo on my fucking.
You should get. You know what you should get? You should get like it looks like it's like Bible scripture, but it's just from that Irish song that we sing.
I think you should get.
Come
that.
out, ye black and tans. You should just get that. Come out, ye black and tans, and then put under it like IRA.
And then no, just do the minutes. Do the minutes like 1.16 or whatever.
Yeah.
Like whenever they say.
Oh,
it
and the little
first.
like maybe the Spotify code.
Yeah.
Be like,
The
I just
QR
really like
code.
to love. I really like to like raise awareness for Irish people's rights,
Yeah.
especially back in the day and their suffering.
Have you heard this song? Let me sing this. Oh, you haven't heard of
You know how the blacks have
Irish
like the power
suffrage?
fist? BLM's the power fist?
Yeah.
Like that was their logo? What do you think the IRA's logo would be?
The problem is I'm not super. I immediately I went to this.
A
But
sideways guy.
but like squatted over, so they got big puffers. Like it's a big puff.
Oh, you kind of like go
and
Russian
then skinny
with it.
jeans, and they're like this. No, the Ireland likes big puffers too.
Oh, do they? I
And
don't
it's
know.
just some redheaded kid, like freckles and everything, very pale, big puffers, so big upper torso, skinny little pants, big ass fucking shoes, holding a gun like this.
Yeah.
That's the
You know what
modern
is weird? Is like I'm like
because they hit this a lot.
I don't like gang violence and shit. And then like I see the IRA and I'm like I support these people 100% because they look like me.
That's not a gang.
Yeah.
People fighting for their freedom.
Yeah, but it is a gang of people.
What justifies a gang of people?
A group. That's what you call. All right, let's be honest here. If a fucking bunch of birds is called a flock, what do you say when you see a bunch of people? It's a gang.
A gang?
Yeah.
I guess like youth pastors use it in a sense
Yeah,
to be
they
like,
do,
hey,
too.
what's going on, gang?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
We're trying to normalize the term.
Yeah. Gang, have you heard about Jesus?
And
Gang.
they're like, shit, we have not. No, we have not heard about Jesus. Tell us about this fool.
Remember, Carlos, we're trying to speak in good English, okay?
Listen, you dumb little spick.
So you mean Jesus. Jesus is your one true savior is what you mean, right, gang? That's what we all mean, gang.
My mother told me that.
No, Carlos, see, you're doing it.
My mother
Carlos,
told me that
step
Jesus
up,
was our
Carlos.
savior. Like, see, that's where we're getting hung up here. It's what we call a language barrier, all right? Jesus is Jesus. Jesus is Jesus, not your buddy. Guy lived a long time ago.
And also, he was white.
Yeah, by the way, he was white.
That
All
is-
right,
that's
that's
nuts.
also kind of might have happened. He might have been white. Let's.
I mean, if he's
He
turning water
lived-
into wine.
He lived in the Mediterranean era when the Romans were big. He could have been white. How long had fucking, what is that?
All right, but are you saying Italians
How
are
long
white?
was like Palestine?
Wait.
Yeah,
Are you saying Italians are white?
yeah,
There are some pretty brown Italians.
100%. But it's still possible he'd be looking white. Like, who knows?
I mean, yeah, there's a...
Dude, Cleopatra was apparently white.
Well, wasn't she... She was Roman Empire first, wasn't she?
No. Her, like, her mother or her dad, one of the two, she's like 50% Greek from one of their side already. And then she became the empress or whatever of Egypt or whatever the fuck she was. And she fucked what's-his-face a bunch. But she was like half Greek already. Half Greek, half Egyptian.
Did they have any kids?
What?
Did she have kids?
No idea. That's where all my shit gets about. Actually, I don't
You
even
just
really...
know she was a...
Here, you know what?
She was a decently hot
I'm
whore.
I'm giving you AI results on this,
Are
to
you?
be fair, because I don't really know how close I am to any of this shit, if I'm being honest.
Some Google.
But
Are you being the dumb friend in the group?
I'm being AI Google, dude. I'm being Google AI right now.
Right now to be like, hey, does Cleopatra have kids?
I bet.
What a nuts lady.
I bet. What if she had like, I don't know, who gives a shit?
Temper tantrums? I bet she had a bunch of them.
She?
Yeah, Cleopatra? I bet she complained all the time. I bet she threw such big hissy fits, just like...
Well, yeah, they picked it up when they enslaved all those slaves. They never let that part go.
See, I have no context. for
Oh,
what
I
he's
didn't even
talking
say it
about.
right there. I said they enslaved all those slaves, but I'm talking about the booze.
Oh.
They picked up complaining when they enslaved the booze.
Well, you know, we built things. And that's when we built the pyramids.
No, you don't.
Yeah, we did.
No.
We've built this great empire you call the United States. Look behind you. Where do you think the United States would be without my...
It is crazy. It is crazy. Some people think that the booze did build the pyramids.
Yeah.
They didn't.
What do we do then?
You didn't build the pyramids, I'll tell you that much.
How did they get there then?
Not by slave labor.
How do you know that? You don't know that.
It's
You don't know
encounter
that.
and walls and all that shit.
Have you ever seen Exodus? You've
the
never,
only stuff
you've never
that's
seen
still
Exodus because
the only stuff that's still around there is from like the old empire. And in the old empire, they kept pretty good records. Whoever lived there while all that was going on, who were Egyptian, that was when it like gained its like kind of like it's like a mystic era type deal. You know what I mean?
classic mustache man that put down the accomplishments of my people.
Well, you didn't do it. Give the Egyptians what the Egyptians owe.
They didn't do nothing.
Yeah, they did. It was probably all Egyptian
It
labor.
was all us.
No.
We're hard workers.
No.
My people are hard workers.
Yeah, when has anyone ever entrusted like hard labor to you guys? When has it been like? Oh, thank God, dude!
Listen to this.
If that's who did it, imagine that's probably why it took the pyramids 200 years to be built, because they kept being like, you don't have the right zoning permit.
I will not work on the fucking.
You just got caught up in
This
litigicies
website
the whole time. It was just
Yeah.
all in the fucking. It was all in the courts the entire time.
No, we figured out how to. We built one of the great wonders of the world, and we were like, well, that was enough. Look, people are always like,
Did you know God is accountable for the rest of the miracles that are on earth, all the natural ones? We also did that technically. It was our God.
have you heard of the Great Tower in Paris?
That was
Probably you guys.
That was us. We financed that right after the periods.
we refinanced on the Eiffel Tower for 15% down.
Yeah, but a lot of
It
people
was
don't
really
know.
just a steal.
What a lot of people don't know is that the Egyptian pyramids actually owned by Israel.
Why do you think they built the Eiffel Tower? It generated free power for all of Paris, France, and we said no. We bought it at a steep rate, but we bought it, and now we export all of the electricity throughout Europe.
Have you ever heard of a little thing
All
called the
right.
Leaning Tower
All right.
of Pisa?
All right.
That was not us.
Hey, yeah, speaking of the Leaning Tower of Pisa, you know that the Nazis used that as a lookout in World War II when they were occupying Italy, and there was a U.S. general that went while it was like a battlefield, while it was like contested ground, big high up guy in the military, and they were considering bombing it because we were invading
A
Italy.
war.
Yeah, there was a
You know
war.
how war works, right?
And it was just like they were using it as a spotting tower every once in a while. And he was like, I would blow it up, but it's so beautiful that I'm not going to. Like, well,
the crooked building.
if they're going to use it as a fucking lookout tower, then they're going to use it as a fucking lookout tower. You can still climb up it.
I know, but
and
isn't
it's a
it
really high
slowly
point.
going?
Yeah, but like, it doesn't matter. I think it's made to tilt just a little bit more and more every time.
I thought it was a math, like they did a wrong calculation and then they just finished it. And we're like,
See, I've
oh.
heard two things. I've heard that like they fucked up and it wasn't supposed to be like that, and then I've heard that like they wanted that, and it was kind of like a fucking whatever in art to be like, this tower will tip down in however many years. So like,
It eventually will fall over.
yeah,
Great art goes away, but is always remembered. You can't remember a thing if it's still there, and great art is remembered.
gray art.
Great.
Oh, great art. I thought you were like hitting me with some like cool like liberal term there. Gray art. I was gonna be
Gray
like,
art.
what's this? And then I was gonna learn something and then like call it gay to you right here to your face, but then like eventually use it behind your back and incorporate it into my vocabulary. Be like, yeah, it's like gray art.
That's so gray art. It's cool gray art.
It's actually like a gray art concept if you think about it. That's how I operate, dude.
Gray
Is I
art
call
is
shit
just Bernie
gay
Sanders.
and then I eventually use it. I'm like, that's fucking dumb and you're stupid. And it's like very immature of you to use that, and then I'll incorporate it into my vocabulary and everything.
You can't acknowledge it's cool in the moment, but then
No, I
after a
can't. I
while-
can't ever give anything like legit props where I want it to. Even like loving
And
my
is it
parents.
hard to
Like I want to say I love my parents more than I love my parents when I'm around them, but Michael holds them back and doesn't allow them to be like, express your true emotions right now.
So you think you build, and does living
It's
behind
all the
those
time.
walls? Is it nice? Is it fun?
It is. It's always safe. Like
It
I
is
always,
safe, yeah.
I usually say like somewhat the right thing when it comes to like interpersonal relationships, to where it's like, that was fine and that works. Oh, I was just about to take a drink of that. I want to fucking punch
It
you.
was mine.
What were we talking about before I got pissed off?
How you've built your walls up very high.
After I drink a nice, good old drink of alcohol there.
But boy, you know what really brings down my walls? Coors Banquet.
You want to see me cry?
Coors Banquet.
Give me about 15 of those motherfuckers, and I will cry, guaranteed.
If you want to get the
You
truth
want to see
out
me?
of
Do you want to be strucken down to an emotional shell of a man?
Coors Banquet.
Coors Banquet, brewed from the cold Rocky Mountain waters, colder than your emotions around the ones you love. Just like you're gonna cry later on.
Cold tears.
See, you know what is weird? It brings, that's such a true statement, for me at least. It's like, if I get drunk enough, I'm just gonna be like, and this has really been bothering me lately. That's like always how I get.
What is the saying? Like, honest drunk words are honest words?
If sober thoughts
were...
or if drunken words are sober thoughts.
Oh, yes, that's it.
If drunken words are sober thoughts. If drunken words are sober thoughts, well, I'd tell you what's on my mind. Purge the pride and the pain that I'm drowning when I'm drowned. I don't know the last part of that.
Me neither.
Good song. I got to turn you on to Turnpike Troubadours. I think you'd like them.
Turnpike Troopers?
Turnpike Troubadours. Turnpike?
I'm there on Turnpike.
Troubadours.
Troubadours.
Are you not familiar with that word?
No idea what is a troubadour.
I think it's like a person who gets it going, but I have really no idea.
Makes me think of conquistadors.
Kind of, yeah. Dude, I watched this crazy thing about the Spanish in New Mexico, and they got these. It was real biblical. It kind of, you remember there's this one biblical story about where they get all these they get the booze on the hill, and then they like survive in the fort for a really long time. It's in the Old Testament, I know it is. They survive in a fort on top of a hill for a long time, and then eventually they break in and they kill their wives, and then they kill themselves. Oh, there's a famous story.
Never came up on Sunday school.
Walls of Jericho, maybe, I don't know. That might not be right. But yeah. But I don't know if that's right, but I could be wrong. But there's some old famous story where they're up on a hill and they barricade themselves in, and then eventually the Romans, I think, get them. But it's after like months of like trying to sack the city, and they can't do it. And then like God came down and was like, hey, if they do get through the city walls, fucking make sure you kill your wife and family and yourself last. Remember, yourself last. And that's like the big thing is like they're so selfless because like they killed themselves last. It's like, I think that's a story. I could be horribly wrong on this, but I vaguely remember something like this.
God, what an awful thing for God to tell you to do.
The Spanish over here in the 1600s, maybe the late 1500s, but they got these natives, same thing, surrounded in a big gated city on a hill, and they were like, give up. And it basically boiled down to like this vendetta where they were like, there was like this new kid coming up in the Spanish conquistadors. Fucking pick some Spanish name. Emilio Estevez.
Enrique?
Yeah, sure. There we go. Enrique Estevez. And he was like, I'm going to go up there. It's close enough. He's like, and they're white, so who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Just because they have Spanish names doesn't mean we have to be like, oh. But Emilio something or other. And he was trying to get up there, but he was like the cousin to the dude that was in charge of like exploring Northern America. And he's like, you go up there. This is like your test. This is your trial to see if you can be a real conquistador. And the natives like slaughtered everybody. They just like cut everybody's heads off and shit and like sent him back. And then he was like, I'm gonna fucking kill every single last one of those natives up there. So they fired cannons at it for like 3 days, and eventually the walls caught fire because like it was like a layer of mud. It's called stucco, so it would be like a layer of mud and straw, then a layer of straw to insulate it, then a layer of mud and straw, then a layer of straw.
Very flammable.
Yeah, but like also kind of like resilient. It's like real thin layers. These were like apparently big, giant, thick walls because they were taking like cannon fire for 3 days, and eventually they caught fire, and then it like roasted all of them alive. And like of the surviving men, the main dude, he was still pissed off. He's like, of all the surviving men who you think can fight, cut off their right hand and then just like release them back out into native territory. So if they survive, they start telling the story of like us coming. Yeah. And then all the girls cut off their left foot, but they're going to be our slaves for like 12 years and all this shit. And then that spread, that story. This was the early 1700s, now that I think about it. That spread, this is where the black legend comes from. A lot of this shit some people think is like made up by
them,
the English.
Yeah.
Like stories like this, but I'm sure this one probably happened. But then like, so that spreads all throughout America, like through like the channels of like news that it can spread through. And then that guy gets recalled, and he's like fucking, the King of Spain is just pissed off at him.
Why'd you fucking cut off all these people's hands?
It's imagine that story, however much more it gets hyped up to like the king. It's like, and then he was cutting off the women's feet, you know what I mean? Like just some jester telling him about it from some shit that happened in America that they're getting via fucking ships and like letters, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then that gets out, and it gets out to like the English and everybody. But that guy got sentenced to being just the mine inspector in Spain, like the head mine inspector for the rest of his. Yeah. So it's like weird.
And he thought he was doing such a good thing. He's like, I'm gonna go back and everybody's gonna fucking love me.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, us victory. It was a 3-day siege. We lit the walls on fire.
You know what's crazy is like I was thinking about it in his head. that dude's head, dude grew up in Spain, thought that like, I mean, a lot of people say that like they knew that there was a new world over here, but it's
Yeah.
like even if you're that guy, if you know there's a new world or if you don't, it's like that big adventure that's over there. He probably hears about it all of his upcoming.
Yeah.
Then he gets to go over there by
Fulfill
boat,
a dream.
by boat for fucking months, and then he lands on land and travels on land for months because he's landing in Mexico somewhere. So
Yeah.
then he's traveling through Mexico all the way up into like northern New Mexico and encounters these natives that won't submit to him and kind of fuck him over, and he just fucks them up, and then he comes back, and then they're just like, you can never go back over there again. Isn't that wild?
Too brutal.
Yeah.
Sure, we'll rape and
Pillage and murder and everything else.
But you cut off limbs.
And then let him live.
Line at limbs.
Crazy. Think about that dude's life. Isn't that a life to just be like, what the fuck?
What do you do when you're
Like
just
people
sitting
had
around
those lives.
talking?
People had those fucking lives. Like anyone who like explored shit, I just hold like to a fucking higher like the
But what
mountain
can
men.
you can't even explore anything anymore.
I know, but like those guys that could explore the last bit that was able to be explored. And like you don't really have tales of like the people like first going into Europe or anything, but like the tales that we
Yeah.
do have of people like exploring that are like well documented, it's always crazy fucking shit. It's just like a battle for survival at every given fucking turn they're at.
It's like discovering a new planet, pretty much. I think is the equivalent because
know
you
the
have
re-
no idea.
Yeah,
you have
yeah,
no
exactly.
idea about aliens at all.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
just like
100%.
what I'm at is my thing, and then you go over. The sea itself is like space, and so then you send everybody out into
Yeah.
space,
Yeah, yeah.
and you're like, what the fuck's gonna go?
But
go
space is
down?
even way more treacherous than that. Because, like, you can
Yeah.
cobble together a wooden ship that might be able to get you across the fucking
Yeah,
sea, but you can't fucking cobble together a space shuttle that'll get you fucking 3 light years away to, or 30 light years away to Alpha Centauri or whatever our closest.
I agree with that, but
Solar
I also
system
at
to
the
us
same
is
time, I
3?
feel like the
30?
feeling that you get from doing the thing is the exact
Yeah,
same.
yeah, yeah, no, I agree.
The way that you can comprehend.
That's the only thing that's left.
yeah.
I can't remember who said it, but someone had a good quote where it's like, born too early to explore the Earth and too late to explore the galaxy or universe or whatever.
Yeah. Too early.
It's like there's a land of
Yeah.
we're in a weird land of no discovery. It's just all like interpersonal weird shit.
And what's more fucked up is that we're limiting our ability to even try and go out and discover by like through just like vanity of like just being like, well, we don't need to do that. There's bigger problems just here, or not even that, but like
I think we're always kind of working on it, but like maybe not like.
not to the extent that we were at one point.
I don't know.
The only thing
Who
that
knows?
drove space
Dude, think about
exploration
it.
back in the day.
Everybody in Europe wasn't always like, "Oh, I hope there's a new world over there. Yeah, it'd be very cool if there's a new world." No one give a fuck. Like
All
they were
right.
still doing. Some dude was baking bread
but you
back
know who
then.
was doing that was like the
the
leaders.
rich, the elite,
Yeah, the elite.
like
That's
they're doing
not-
now.
Oh, Drew Bezos and
Bezos, Musk,
but
the
it was
Chinese
more
Communist
like,
Party, Saudi Arabia to a
like
point,
that's
I bet.
government versus like
But it's still the
Here
same
it's
thing. No, that was government back then, and it's government now.
yeah. I think
realistically.
it's government back then. Now I'm saying it's way more privatized, at least where we are.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. There's got to be like a monetary gain.
Also, once fucking like Bezos or Elon Musk discovers like the new thing, are they just immediately in charge? Like, are they gonna implement laws? Like, what do they do?
Well, I think if you set up a settlement,
Obviously,
it gets to be yours. Like if SpaceX planted a flag and it was like, "This is SpaceX," because like all the world powers. Well, it's off the world. I mean, like all the world powers came together and whenever, and they're like, "We cannot make space a government place." They're like, "Nowhere in space can be owned by anybody here." They made that pact in like the fucking
Yeah,
50s.
that's a space station, isn't it? That's why there's so many countries
No
in
idea.
the space station.
I don't know if that's how that works, but maybe yeah.
I think there's only one.
Is the space station still got people in it?
Yeah, I thought. I mean, I
Is
could
it
be
like all
wrong. I was
Russians
listening
right
to NPR right now, and they're like, there are people stuck up there. I
No,
think.
no. That was in the space station. That was a
People are stuck up in
Boeing
space.
and maybe like SpaceX like mission together. Yeah, there were people. They just got down. But that was like a private. It might have been SpaceX. It was something to do with either private government entity or government or U.S. government entity. Like,
But they were in a
but it
space
was-
station thing,
no, they're in like a capsule up there.
just floating.
Yeah, for 200 days or some shit. You think they fucked? It was a man and a woman.
Yeah.
I think so.
What are you gonna do? What are you in a fucking?
I think they probably have a live feed
Cube?
on a camera of you all the time.
All right, but okay, if I ever get to go to space, and then I'm trapped up there with another woman, at some point,
I don't know.
The sex. You don't, It's
Okay.
just it's immediately gonna lead to sex.
Well, no,
But I
we
would
did.
do
We
it.
did good
If I
there.
ever have a girlfriend in space, we're fucking.
We did good there
What
for
is
a
that?
while.
That's not the Mile High Club. That's the fucking
I don't know.
better than that, dude.
You got to think of something catchy to say.
Yeah. I'm not coming up with it.
Making of the space race.
No.
That is
Just
not bad.
move on.
Making of the space race.
Adjacent to the Mile High Club.
The Mile High Club.
The
Making
Mile
the
High Club
space
is
race?
like making the space race.
The
Why is
space
it a
race.
race?
Because you're
yeah, I
fucking,
get-
and
I
that
get-
creates people. That's the main point of fucking. I don't know if you knew that.
I do it to feel good. All right, can we?
So do I. But at the same time, that's what.
Yeah, that's the primal.
No. Primal is to feel good. It
No,
really is.
primal is the. That's
Fred.
a existence.
Fred.
Well, there's a reason it does
Dolphins,
feel good.
dolphins, and monkeys rape.
I think I would go farther than that. I wouldn't exclude just donkeys.
And humans. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like, even they, on their most animalistic behavior, will
You
do
think
that fucked up shit.
That's a primal action.
Yep, 100%. That's like short wire of the brain to be like, get it. That's all
I
that
think
is.
maybe in like some circumstances, but I think.
I think that's always. It's never. When has a guy ever been like, I really need. All right.
All right.
We're
Yeah.
getting. I don't think. Okay, whatever.
You know what happened at work?
We don't have to
the other
debate
day?
this.
You need to. Actually, I don't know why I'm talking about you getting a job. There's just no way I think you ever do it.
I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I ain't doing it.
So what happens? Like,
I just don't have
like,
one.
because as good as you're doing here, I don't know how much better it can get, and so the money coming in is never going to be enough. You know.
Yeah, true.
So then, what are you gonna do if you like? How much longer are you gonna stay here?
I could plant beans,
Please.
and I could just live off beans. That I grew.
Just never buy food. Just eat.
I
the
could
beans?
strategically place bean plants around the city, and then just go around and harvest my beans from them.
Then you just gotta find some poor boy willing to sell some cattle. I bet you just go back to Winslow. You see a guy selling cows, and you go, "Hey, kid, you like beans?"
No, I was thinking about
Hopefully
it. It's
his
like
name
I
will be
could go up there
Jack.
and I could work like Sundays through fucking Wednesdays for my uncles. And they'd pay me half decent, nothing crazy.
Yeah,
And then I could just come back here on the like half weekend through the weekend.
Friday through.
No, like Thursday through or Friday through.
Thursday, Saturday.
Yeah. But I
That'd be
guarantee
tough.
I'd get sick
Yeah,
of it
you
after a
would
while.
not want to do that at all. I want to be a librarian.
Is that what you want?
I think
I think
that
there's
would
a
be
library,
an
like,
easy
right over here.
job. You just get to go in and you just sit there and you just.
How do you become a librarian at like
I don't know. I don't think it's that hard.
I
of
bet there's like a
process.
head librarian. I bet
You
it's
just get to
tough.
sit around all day in a
and then
chair,
organize shit.
and you can. I've always wanted to read more. That'd be so easy if I was a librarian to read. That's all you'd want to do.
I bet some librarians don't read. You don't trust a doctor that's drunk, a lawyer that's sober, or a librarian who doesn't read. That's like a cool shirt you have at the librarian convention.
I hope I don't get tapped into the library culture like that. I hope I'm not
It's
there
like
very
you're at
long.
the library convention and they're making like cool ass t-shirts. You know, like every
what about
small
those-
town like thing has like we're making t-shirts over. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They got somebody outside.
It's a
the
basketball
convention.
game. We got t-shirts.
I think they do that at everything.
Yeah.
Those guys, they're never American. The people that make the shirts. I had
Oh
one.
no,
of
we
them.
always had 'em fucking straight up whites doing it.
Oh
for
really?
us,
Ours
up in
was
Winslow.
from like Albania or something.
Really?
They had thick accents, and they'd be at every swim meet, and it'd be steamy and hot as fuck, and you just go down there, and there'd be a line of fucking white kids, like, mommy, I want a fucking I want a sweatshirt.
You were in that line at one point though.
No, because my mom would never buy me any unless I made a big event. I only ever got one, and I wore it all the time because I made the Junior Olympics of Alaska.
Whoa.
Yeah, and then
Alaska Junior Olympics?
it qualified. You had to have qualifying times. It
No
was kind
shit.
of a big deal. You know, I don't want to. I'm 5'5". I was a decent swimmer. I got Division II offers.
No way.
Swear to God.
D2 offers?
D2 offers for swimming and running, but running I was actually good at. But swimming is the crazy thing.
That's insane. That's what I was
You know
thinking. I
what?
was thinking, there's no way this guy has D2 offers
I
for
am
swimming.
fucking 5'5", dude. I don't think people
Cool.
think I competitively swam. It's crazy that I competitively swam.
In Alaska.
My times were comparable everywhere.
Really?
I would have been middle of the pack in most places.
So impressive.
And again, this is swimming.
But in Alaska, you almost made the Junior
Oh
Olympics.
no! In swimming, I made the Junior Olympics.
Oh,
In
you made the
swimming,
Junior Olympics?
in swimming, in Alaska, I finaled. That would never happen. I would qualify. I think most places would not be in the running for a medal.
Oh,
Those
what'd you
places.
place in the final?
Oh,
go?
8th.
Okay.
Oh, I lost every time.
Oh, and there comes Freddie. How many
You know what's
lanes are
fucked
there?
up?
How many
'Cause
lanes are there?
8. I lost.
You're such a pussy for bragging about that.
I
Who
still
gives a
qualified,
fuck?
dude. Okay, but what you don't understand is that I did everything in prelims. Everything I had prelims. That's my race. And then once I got to finals, that's when all the kids that were
My
like
race
good.
is a white race.
All right.
It is. Is that not crazy
Dude,
to
yeah,
say?
no, ethnically you are white.
Yeah,
Well,
it is my race.
well, I'm Jewish.
What, do I have to be a
I'm
white guy and be like,
Jewish.
my race is a black race? Fucking black power, brothers. I don't have to
Support.
do that.
Yeah, I'm an ally.
They don't want it from me.
I think that's nuts.
Yeah, I'm fucking adjusting mine right now.
You're not impressed by my swimming accolades, but they are impressive.
Do you want to smell my balls hands? It smells like maple syrup. It's like the first thing I could think of an actual smell for.
Maple syrup?
Yeah.
I watched somebody make maple syrup the other day.
Oh, yeah. Was it like that guy? And he's like, this is a fucking... Yeah. I watched it. I did watch that. That was on YouTube too for you?
Yeah,
That was on YouTube for me as well.
It is not a lot of syrup. He had
No,
a lot
it was
of,
two
a lot
whole
of-
5-gallon buckets.
Uh-huh.
And he got like a little bit. And he's like, I made it kind of thick. And it was like, doesn't look that thick.
But
You ever had molasses? Some
no.
black strap molasses?
My favorite part when he was like just it was all clear still and he like kept taking spoonfuls. He was like, I
sugar
better
is good."
stop doing this. It's just it's like sugar water right now.
Yeah.
I
He's got a weird
think
accent. He's got a weird accent.
I know he had glasses.
And I was thinking
full
about that. I
beard.
was like, I can't make fucking maple syrup. There's no maple trees around here. How's this ever going to help me?
I'm never gonna do this. Why am I watching?
Can you
this?
do that with other trees? That's what I want to know.
I think everywhere has sap.
Yeah, but like,
As long as you get sap, I
is the
think you can
maple sap
probably
like
do
the
it.
regarded one?
I think it probably has the most sugar in
What
it.
if you did it with like oak?
I think just like on a time to like energy to make the actual product. I think it's not worth
Oak
it
syrup?
because there's just not as much sugar. I think we grab the thing with the most sugar. Like
It's like you don't have to. This one you only have to boil down 4 hours. Fucking humans are retarded. Humans are retarded.
yeah, but I mean, if you don't have
How do you figure?
watch all of this shit,
How do you figure
what are
that
doing
out?
with your time?
How do you figure that out?
You just boil a bunch of different. You see, at one point, you see some shit coming out of the tree. You know, like you've seen sap before.
And you're like, this tastes like ass. And then you're like, but what if I boiled it for hours?
I ain't got shit better to do. Hey, Mike, come over here. You want to
I've been
boil some
boiling this
sap
pot
with me?
now for about 4 hours.
Shit, I ain't doing nothing.
Hell yeah.
Just stand
And then
around
some
the fire.
guys got that stuff, and then they fucking like molasses, which is basically syrup, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how molasses is made. Maybe that's like oak.
You know what would
syrup.
make this shit better?
But-
A Coors Banquet.
Yeah, that's what eventually. I mean, they made rum, but I mean, you take molasses and you make alcohol out of it. You just distill it, and fucking eventually turn it into alcohol. So
Yeah. These people just got.
imagine the
crazy
first guy to
amounts
find
of
that
time.
out, where he's just like, how whatever you do with fucking syrup, and you add fucking shit in there, and then you lock it down into a vat, and you boil it some more, and then it's like this gets you fucked up. Like, you know what I mean? The guy that discovered like ferments of like
fermentation.
alcohol.
You think probably. If you like, okay, I could be completely wrong on this, but like if a potato like gets really fucking disgusting and then it ferments, like it'll just naturally ferment by itself. And then you like somebody like ate a fermented potato and they were like, oh wow, I feel kind of different. And then they just continue to do that and we're like, maybe there's a better way to get all these juices.
Maybe they like ate a bit of it and they're like, "Oh, that got me kind of weird." And then they got a bunch of them and they squeezed them and they're
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
"Now I
'cause they're
got
juicy.
fucking weird potato juice." And they drank it and they're like,
That's what I'm saying.
"Woo!"
I feel like that's the way they.
Especially if alcohol's never been introduced. It's like, imagine never like we have resistance to alcohol built into our genes from like ancestral drinking that's happened forever.
Maybe you do, but
No, I mean you do too. You're fucking white, so like it's just like built into like when natives drink because they went across the Bering Strait and they didn't have alcohol over here. Like it affects them way more. Same with Asians. That's why they get like Asian flush,
Yeah.
or whatever the fuck it's called, the fucking yellow flu or whatever. But
They get rosy.
yeah.
The glow.
But the first guy, and he has none of that built into his genes, and then he gets a little bit of fucking alcohol. Like, imagine, it probably takes half a potato to make him like, whoa, what in the hell is this?
Yeah, potentially.
And then he just goes, I'm getting a bunch of potatoes that are nasty like that, squeezing them into a juice.
I'm inviting my friends over.
And then he goes, what if I get a bunch of these, put them in some water, and boil it for a long time, like I do with that syrup that fucking John makes?
Yeah.
What if I get a bunch of potato juice and boil it?
John, put some of your sweet shit in my potato shit.
And they're like, holy fuck. And then that's hard out.
Rum.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe that's how it works. I have no
I
clue.
don't know. There's just some way, like something happened, then something happened, then something happened, then eventually they were like, oh,
I mean, a
yeah,
lot
we
of
can
time.
produce this.
Yeah. I mean, we made the iPhone camera get a little bit better.
Honestly, I bet alcohol on top of all the like having to get like rotten potatoes just happened during like a famine. Like people are like starving. They're like, well, fuck, let's eat the rotting fruits and whatever.
Yeah.
And then boom, you ingest that, and you're like, I feel pretty good. I'm still hungry, but boy, do I feel good.
Mold just be a little bitch, huh?
Well, that's probably how you found cheese. Like, you just left some milk out for a while.
We're like, we can still eat it. Trust me.
Trust me.
Trust me here, guys. We can still eat this fucking stuff. I know it looks lumpy and disgusting and it smells like ass, but
Boy, does it taste good. Why
probably
did
not
you
even that
eat
much.
it?
Probably not even that much back then. Like, imagine the first
yeah.
raunchy cheeses.
Oh, disgusting. Probably.
It had to probably be like the weirdos for a little while.
How did they get salt? I feel like they didn't even like get. Is
Well,
salt
that's
just
just like
prevalent in places?
Yeah.
Like when did they introduce it into the diet?
I think they were like, doesn't this taste a little different for shit than it usually does? And everyone was like, oh my God. And it preserves stuff. That's another thing about
Oh
salt.
yeah, that is true.
Is it preserves meats. So I bet that's also got to be a funny, weird find. First one.
First flavor.
Like, I'm going to put this rock on my meat and see what fucking happens. And then they're like, I can continue to eat my meat for a long time.
Oh yeah. Oh shit. Go check the cold spot where we keep all the meat.
It is wild to be like, hey, you know all those rocks? Grind them up real fucking fine. And you put them in my food, all right?
The horse seems to lick it a lot, actually. The horse likes it.
Yeah, that probably is what it was. Yeah, that's probably what it was. We saw human or animals do it and we're like,
Yeah.
they're licking the rocks. How about we lick the rocks? And they're like, tastes all right. I don't mind the taste.
These
What if we
animals
got
really
it-
know about this.
What if we got it all together and concentrated it and then we boiled it?
Let's bring that.
I know a guy that's doing this with tree sap. What do you think came first? Salt?
Salt.
Syrup?
Salt.
Syrup? Okay.
Definitely salt. That's just like a thing that you can find.
But in certain places you can't. So like maybe the northern people that were doing shit, they were just like,
The first garnish, I think.
so is a fucking tree sap. It's like you can just find a tree sap.
Yeah, but I bet pine tree like tea and all that shit probably came pretty early.
Yeah, probably.
Because this is just like a thing that I've done and I've seen other people do. It's just like, if you find something out there, like instinctively you'll put it in your mouth, you know?
Yeah.
Like you ever done mushrooms
think
and
about
then
how
you
much
just like
they-
start putting
no.
shit in your mouth?
No, I stay out of
I've
that
done
stuff
mushrooms
is
one
what
time.
I do. I stay out of mushrooms.
You stay out of mushrooms?
I don't do those.
That's good.
I think those are for chumps.
Actually, I disagree with that.
I think
that just said.
psychedelic
I think
drugs
you
are for
should try 'em.
losers. My
Well,
dad
you
told me
should
the other
try 'em.
day at my show, plug for the good, the bold, and the funny, April 16th. Free tickets if you say asleep on a forklift.
Oh, it's back.
Yeah, I mean, who's going to watch this deep, though?
Oh yeah, we're definitely
Yeah,
past.
we're
at
definitely
hour
getting done.
10. Yeah, we gotta wrap
But
it up.
my dad was like, yeah, but I watched, he's like, I like that Joe Rogan, but he's like saying, like, mushrooms will fucking make your mind so much clearer and everything so great. And he's like, or it might just make you crazy.
Joe Rogan, you're crazy. I don't know. I don't think they make you crazy. I think acid could make you crazy. I don't think.
You know who you can thank for that one? The CIA and some booze.
Pineapple Express.
What?
That movie's based on the making of LSD. You know,
So, like MK
the
Ultra?
government. Yeah, MK Ultra shit.
Well, technically it was made by like a Swedish scientist.
Oh yeah.
He synthesized LSD and then he got some on his hands.
That's a discussion for another podcast.
And he was riding his bike home. He was riding his bike home and just started tripping acid.
That'd be
The
cool.
first person ever.
I'd enjoy that.
I don't think he did.
Have you ever done acid?
No.
It's a pretty.
That's been the podcast. Have a great rest of your night, guys. Or morning, or ladies.
Whenever you're watching this,
Have a good rest of it. And
men and gentlemen too.
people who are into feet, apparently. Fucking weirdos.
Yeah, just watch it.
Yeah.
Thank you for it.